Udah sih. Nah,
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We from Group 8. In here, we will present about learning strategies, problem-based learning in English for a second language classroom. The member is Aulia Humairo and Dania Putri Hidayah. So, problem-based learning. Problem-based learning, or PBL, which is a learning method based on the principle of using real-world problems as a starting point for the acquisitions and integration of new knowledge appears to be a suitable approach or an alternative method to implement it in the English language classroom in universities to enhance the teaching and learning of English. According to Barrows, problem-based learning is a learning method based on the principle of using real-world problems as a starting point for the acquisition and integration of new knowledge. It's a learning-centered educational method that aims to develop problem-solving skills, self-directed learning as a lifetime habit, and skills for teamwork. So, problem-based learning impact is the positive impact of PBL seems to be on the generic skills and language skills, particularly on speaking. The greatest impact was on their confidence in using the language. This is significant, especially in language productions. For instance, in speaking, presentation, and communication skills. This is important in language learning because the students become unafraid of making mistakes. As they continue to speak the language, they will eventually improve in their language accuracy. According to Swain, output production is crucial in language learning, and constant practice in language production is helpful in enhancing ESL learning and improving language accuracy. So next slide will explain by Aulia.
thank you, Dania, for giving me time. I will explain about student response to problem-based learning. In the conventional lecture-based learning, teachers are the main source or model of learning for the student. However, in PBL, students can learn from their peers as well. They share ideas and knowledge among themselves and correct each other when they make mistakes. Besides, it is definitely more comfortable to communicate with peers and learn from them. Additionally, students will be more motivated to learn when they enjoy the class. Thus, PBL has positive impact on students' motivation in learning the language. Many students suggest that PBL approach should be used for their next English course and the future foundation English language course. Group work is a common activity in PBL. During group discussion, the students were expected to develop effective cognitive strategies for problem-solving, clarifying tasks, sharing ideas, exploring and thinking tough problems, proposing and evaluating possible solutions. As the group tries to work on a common task, the discussion provides the students with opportunities for group interaction by explaining and elaborating the problem-solving process. The atmosphere created through group work and cooperative learning appears to be an important factor in making the educational process effective. However, students also pointed out some weakness of PBL group work. Apart from these comments, some students also gave recommendations for improving the course. They suggest that tutors should pay more attention to weaker students in helping them to convey their message, especially in oral communication. Even though they could learn from peers, they needed correction and guidance from the teachers too. Another study suggests that students be grouped according to their language ability and discipline. However, there were some who preferred to have a mix of good or poor learners in a group so that it would enhance the effectiveness of problem solving and the learning process. Finally, one of the studies suggests that problems used for PBL activities would be more interesting if they were on more specific rather than general topics. This indicates that the students might prefer to explore new topics so that they can gain new knowledge. A suitable level of challenge always promotes motivation in learning. Therefore, PBL problems need to be well planned in order to attract students and motivate them to solve their problem. Next, I will give back to Dania.
Thank you, Aulia. So this is conclusion of these learning strategies. So many students seems to be motivated to learn when the knowledge being learning is about real life situations that require interpretations, critical thinking, and reasoning. An important element of PBL is group work. Learners discover how to solve problems and think independently through peer and social interactions, which in turn promote cognitive development. And examinations of the students' comments revealed three areas for improvement. First, time management. Second, keeping everyone responsible and the group focused. And last, ensuring all members contribute in the group. PBL is suitable for language teaching and learning, and it's applicable to all types of English courses. It does not matter whether the students are lower proficiency or advanced language learners. PBL programs can be adjusted to meet different needs and objectives and to accommodate individual learning needs too. For instance, lower proficiency language learners could be given simple problems to solve, and tutors should provide more scaffolding and guidance in order to make sure students are able to make use of PBL for language enhancement. On the other hand, advanced language learners could be given more difficult problems to solve, less scaffolding, but the tutors may need to pay more attention to developing their language accuracy. PBL can serve different learning objectives, and the teachers' rules are very much dependent of their students' need and course objectives. So this is our presentation. Sorry if we made any mistakes, and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.